Hi, Mr. Mishki. I'm Alex Sharp, and this is my introductory video. I'm so sorry it's coming so late. Things have been a little crazy over here in Tulsa. So let's begin. I am originally from New Orleans. I am the oldest of four children. We grew up right outside of New Orleans, kind of in the swamp a little bit. And then I went to college in New Orleans at Loyola University, and I got my degree in vocal performance. I also studied music composition while I was there, and it's led to me being a singer-songwriter. I write really sad songs. I try to write happy songs, but every once in a while I get close. But yeah, you do what you can do. I love to play, and I played in a band in New Orleans, and I'm kind of working on it here. I play open mics and that sort of thing, and I'm working on trying to find some recording because the dream is to have a Grammy one day. I also, though, in my practical side, am pursuing my master's in library science here at University of Oklahoma in Tulsa. I moved here by myself, and I live here with my dog Muppet and my cat Nate. I'm sure you saw the pictures. They're pretty great. I love them, and they're as good a supplement for my family as I can get because I totally love my family. I go home as much as I can. So as for my adventure here in Tulsa, I've been here for a little over a year now. I finish in about 8 months, my master's, I mean. I am currently doing an internship at the Woody Guthrie Archives, which is really fascinating. I assume I don't know if you know who Woody Guthrie is. I didn't really have a great idea before, but I'm sure you've heard his name. This land is our land. But he was also a great activist and advocate for social justice and the worker. He was kind of the forebear for the folk revival. Unfortunately, he got Huntington's disease and died very young. But he was the mentor for Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen, and was also obviously great friends with Pete Seeger. And so we work with his collection, which is his personal papers that have been saved by his family. We have thousands of lyrics of unpublished songs because he actually doesn't have very many recordings. We have his artwork. We have 110 notebooks of his travels, of his artwork and poetry, and tons of letters. He wrote a lot of letters. Um, and it's really a pretty fascinating collection to work with. But we also take in other collections. We have the Phillips papers as well as the Ron Cohen collection, who's a musicologist from Indiana University. I am currently working on cataloging the reference library he donated to us, which is about 1,000 books. They span everything from pop culture books on folk to the most scholarly writings you've ever seen, uh, program guides, all kinds of really, really cool stuff. And I'm working on that, so I'm creating a catalog and library thing for a reference library for our researchers because we take researchers in on application. We recently had a musicologist in who was studying the venereal disease songs that were written during the 40s and during the war to help um, sailors and soldiers be safe. And so he wrote all these hilarious songs on VD, and they're just so great. As a campaign for the government. And so she was studying those, which was really kind of an interesting thing to be studying. But we get people who are studying everything from racial tension to the atomic bomb. It can be all kinds of different things. So it's really fascinating to get to work there and interact with what's going on. But it's also a museum, so we work on exhibits and we curate. We have the Bob Marley traveling exhibit in right now. We also have a permanent exhibit of Woody Guthrie and things about Oklahoma, the Dust Bowl, and its impact on him. And it's a pretty fascinating job, I have to say. I enjoy it quite a lot. That's my internship. I also work at a restaurant, Asian cuisine, Cambodian, Thai. It's really cool. And then I also work as a graduate assistant at the Schusterman Library here on OU Tulsa's campus. The Norman campus is where the main University of Oklahoma is, but I'm on a separate graduate campus in Tulsa, and it's mostly a health sciences campus. So it's been a very interesting experience to work in the library with health sciences and have absolutely no background in medicine or health, but being a librarian, it's just about being really good with resources and searching. So I do my best, and every day is a new adventure, that's for sure. It's a great job, and I recently found out that a paper I wrote last semester has been accepted at a conference in Maryland. It's the Conference for Inclusion and Diversity in Library and Information Science. I wrote a paper, literature review, critical analysis of the marginalization of the LGBTIQ community in established classification structures. So, very fancy way of saying that the Library of Congress subject headings and the Dewey Decimal System are really kind of hindering more than they are helping when it comes to accessing materials on the LGBTIQ community, and how honestly they not that half those terms shouldn't even be put together because they have more to do with gender identity and sexual identity and all these things. It was a very interesting paper to write, and I was really, I think as librarians we always want to make things better in the world. We want to help people gain knowledge, and we don't want to create anything that's gonna heed that process. So I think that these big holes that are gaping in the structures that we use right now and that are ubiquitous all over the world it's going to cause a lot of trouble, considering that we have marriage equality, but you can't even go to a library and search for homosexuality without getting abnormal psychology. It's just not, it shouldn't be that way anymore. So I guess as a library student, and I just, that's a very interesting and passionate topic for me. So I'm really excited to get to go present a paper on it. It's going to be very, very exciting. My first time ever getting to do anything like that. So it's a blessing, I suppose. I really wanted to play a song for you at the end of this video. The sound quality is absolutely terrible on my laptop though, so you'll have to forgive me. It won't be nearly as good as it would be if I had managed to bring a microphone or remembered or thought about it. It just didn't even occur to me. We just expect technology to do what we want it to do, don't we? um, I am absolutely loving your class. I think this is exactly what I needed. I'm so glad that you're offering it. I really appreciate it. Music is my absolute life, and being a librarian is a love of mine and is what I would love to do with my career. But at the end of the day, it's all about the music. And so if I can put those two things together, then my life will be just perfect. So I'm really excited to be getting to take this class and have the opportunity. I really do appreciate it. So I'm going to play you a song or two. I wanted to play you a Bob Dylan cover, I do, but I also wanted to play you one of mine. So I'll do that. I'm gonna put you over here because the piano, it won't record on top of the piano, so I'll stick you to the side here. All right, here we go. This is you may know this song, Easy Chair, You Ain't Going Nowhere by Bob Dylan. Not a huge fan of Bob Dylan personally, but his songs are beautiful, so I wrote this arrangement of it. I really like it, so I'll play it for you. Clouds are swift, the rains won't lift, the bedtime clothes and the red spoons. Find out for winter time, 'cause you ain't going nowhere. Ooh, we're right behind the world's a day, right to the ground. Oh, we're gonna fly in that easy chair. Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots, tailgates and substitutes. Strap yourself to a tree with roots. You ain't going nowhere. Ooh, we're right behind. Tomorrow's a day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we're gonna fly in that easy chair. I don't care how many letters they send. Morning curtain and morning wind. Pick up your mind and pack up your tent. You ain't going nowhere. Ooh, we're right behind. Tomorrow's the day we run. Oh, we're gonna fly in that easy chair. teacher. All right. They're cleaning in here, so it might get a little loud, but I'll play a quick one. This is my song, Your Love. What's your name, my love? What should I say, my love? I will give you my name if you would just ask. Oh, it's been so dark, as though I've been pulled apart, and my bones are finally knitting back together again. It's in your love, holding me together. It's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love. Oh, you're my always, my forever. You love, you love, you love, you love, it's you. Oh, it's been so long, I swore I'd never write a happy song. Then you came along, oh, and you proved me wrong. You have this way, you shelter me, oh, you hide me from all the world's grief. You cover me, oh, I feel like a fairy in a rose. It's in your love, holding me together. It's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love. Oh, you're my always, my forever. You love, you love, you love, you love, it's you. There's just something about your love. It's in your love, holding me together. It's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love. Oh, you're my always, my forever. You love, you love, you love, you love, it's you. It's in your love, you're holding me up. It's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love, it's in your love. You're my always, forever. You love, you love, you love, you love, it's you. Alrighty then, I guess we'll see how that goes. You can totally skip it if it just sounds too bad. Alright, well, I am once again so happy to be taking this class, and I hope this was an adamant, not an adamant, a good introduction to me, and I guess I'll see you in class. Thank you so much.